So one question we get all the time is, what credit score do I actually need, right? Because it's awesome that we can go on our app and our little Discover card is going to tell us X, Y, and Z. But remember, there are 8 algorithms per credit bureau and 3 credit bureaus, which means there's 21 options and possibilities for your credit score. And from a lending standpoint, it's always going to be the middle of the score, right? So if you're 700, 750, and 701, well, 701 wins, right? And that's going to determine different options for you as well as interest rates. So technically, Fannie have removed a lot of minimum scores. They don't have that 620, and that's great, but not necessarily every investor, the people that are lending the money and then selling the loans to Fannie and Freddie, is going to be in on that. They might say, oh, you got a 500 credit score. I don't know, man. But they could also say, oh, you got a 500 credit score. Maybe it was a super old event. You put a lot of money down. Namaste, move on, right? So if you're doing a conventional loan, an FHA loan, why there may not be a minimum requirement by the program, there may still be by the investor. So there are some options under 600. I think you got to be at least 620 for most things out there right now. Now, on the flip side of things, what's the highest score? Well, 780 is really that highest tier, and scores move every 20 points. So if your score in that first example is 700, 701, and 750, 701 is going to be that score of judgment. So you're going to be in the bucket between 700 and 720 for pricing and parameters, right? So if we're looking at the high end, it's fantastic that your score is 800, 801, 790. But once you go over 780, it's really that top tier. It's always something that we can improve on as well.